Song of my soul, my voice is dead.
Why, hello, and welcome to session 19 of Murmurs at the Abyss in Call of Cthulhu 7th edition. I am your keeper, Stu, and we have players. If you're talking, your mic is muted. Is someone talking?
All right, I'm doing it. I'm in.
Dave.
I'm Dave.
Oh, there we go. Sorry. Start over.
Oh.
I had the wrong mute unbutton.
Well, I can start again.
Go ahead.
I just said I'm Dave. So I'm Dave. Hey. I'm super excited to be back to play this and see what kind of horrificness we encounter. Because I feel like we're building up to something horrible. So that's going to be great. I'll be playing Dmitry Tupolev, once Russian army recruit, injured in combat, and now all the way across the world in America to attempt to save everything. And I have a salary. Like, I'm getting paid by a university now.
Mm-hmm. To cover for Tesla.
Yep.
Okay.
It's like this group does not lie small. When we lie real big.
Well, I mean, no one's going to believe that Einstein got his guts eaten out by a yogurt dog.
Yeah, well, now that you mention it that way. But anyways, my name is Jim, and I'm playing Isidore Holtzman, who is thoroughly insane, actually, in that he believes he's now a crusader for light and that God has chosen him to smite down evil in this rapidly climaxing game that I'm looking forward to seeing what's going on.
I'm Tyler. I'm playing, I actually can't remember because there was a discrepancy the first time I played, and I don't remember which one I wrote.
I have Melvin Tanker.
See, I have the file name for my character sheet says Melvin, but the character sheet says Marvin. So it's let's go with Melvin Tanker. And I've just been hired to drive these guys around.
I am Pooja, and I'm playing Camilla Greenwald. Currently not insane, which is a nice break from being real insane for a real long time. But also librarian. I suppose I should start doing my job again now that we're back at the university. Oh wait, we're not. We left. We went to DC. Never mind.
I listened to the last half hour of the game to kind of remember where things were. Would someone like to recap what happened the last time we played 2.5 months ago? It was August 30th the last time we played.
Oh, wow. Part of that was planned hiatus, I think. Part of it wasn't.
No, I'm on 3 different diabetes medications now. And it seems to be under control. Maybe. I hope.
Oh, let's hope.
Fingers crossed.
Last session, we got back to the university. We set up Tesla as Einstein.
Wait, before we go on and finish our recap, I think our main recapper hasn't introduced themselves. Or am I nuts?
Dave introduced himself first.
Oh, okay.
I did.
Never mind.
Dave introduced himself twice.
Oh.
I'm Dave.
3 times the charm.
That's going to be my thing now every once in a while. I'll be like a Pokemon. I just say my own name.
Is this the shiny one?
Dave. Dave.
What'd you do? Shutting up now.
So yeah. We set up Tesla as Einstein to get him the money and the facility and the space he needs to try and rebuild his machine. I'm his erstwhile assistant, so I'm getting paid for the first time ever, and that's awesome. We then journeyed into the city, and we ended up at the Sugarcane Club, where we met Melvin, who had some transportation that seemed pretty reliable, and seemed like he was a pretty good sport for dealing with all of the horrendous things that we end up dealing with.
Yeah, he seems really kind of not really affected by a lot of this. He's like, yeah, okay. His resiliency is amazing.
And then we ended up journeying down to DC.
You were following Pierce Murray.
Yeah, yes. We had the information that he was probably there, and some kind of plot, because he's the one-armed guy, right? One-handed guy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We got
I
down.
don't know if you've seen him. He is, but I don't know if you've seen him yet. Have you?
Yes, we have.
Oh, you have. Okay.
Yeah.
We broke into his room and we found a rifle pointed at the White House, and then we did something with that. I think we stole it.
Yeah, we stole it, and we saw him complaining to the hotel management about how he lost something very valuable that he needed for his work. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Oh, and there was a card in his bag from Dr. Kistler.
Yes.
We trashed the room to make it look like it was a regular robbery as opposed to a very specific "we followed you here and have been following you for months" robbery. We got the rooms on either side of Pierce's. He came back and he was like, How dare you let this happen? And also, I need to stay in this room. And then Dimitri suggested we follow him to suss out his accomplices. And Isidore dreamed of the hotel, but it was empty, and he woke us all up. I set up a ward across Pierce's door, and we passed the rest of the night uneventfully.
So I have the date as July 26th.
That concurs with what my journal tells me.
Excellent. So early in the morning, you do your ward wakes you up. Does it just wake up the caster, or does it wake up anyone in it? I don't remember. I think it's the caster.
It makes sense that it would just be the caster.
Okay. So you like whoop, wake up, and there's someone knocking, not on your door, but on Pierce Murray's door.
Okay.
And you hear a telegram for you, sir. And someone is probably listening still in the other room, because you guys had like a glass against the wall, so I don't remember who would have been on the last person to do that. I'm gonna...
I know I fell asleep.
I remember that. I'll say it was Melvin. Marvin? No.
Melvin.
Okay. So you can hear, he's awake, you can hear him, he's kind of walking around. And then you kind of hear some like thumping noises. And,
The last cracked.
okay, throw it away.
Where do I throw it?
You can put it in that trash can right behind you there in the corner.
No, I just like
No, put it in that one right there. the
there's a spider in there.
That's okay. No, I lost my train of thought. Okay, so you hear some thumping noises, and he's clearly doing something. And it is like, I don't know, maybe like minutes away from dawn. I mean, the sky is light at this point. But you can hear a little bit of exertion, and then make a who is it? It's Melvin. Make a listen roll.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't think that's a good skill. Nope. I got a 94.
okay.
Oh my goodness.
All
Can I also make one since my
On
ward
my
would have
list of
woken me
20.
and I think I would have been like,
Sure.
what are you up to, criminal man?
Yep.
And my sweet listening librarian skills. 62 under 72.
Oh, good. Okay. He's opened his window. Kind of sounds like maybe he's climbing out of it.
Oh. Can I peek through my window and see what I can see there without being seen?
Give me a luck roll because I'm kind of figuring he's on a corner. So I'm trying, like, it's like a 50-50 chance. If the window he's going out of is the one that you would be able to see, or it would be around the corner. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yes, but does that mean I get a 50-50 chance, or I get my
sure.
luck?
Get a 50-50
Okay,
chance.
cool.
Saying,
Two very different numbers.
if you had a hand mirror or something, you could use that to sort of.
Oh, that's true.
Well, it's cool because this time I rolled an 18.
Oh,
These
good.
dice
Okay.
get to stay.
Okay, so he's on your side. It looks like he's going to hang himself. It looks like he's got his bed sheets tied together and it's wrapped around his neck. And he's
Out the window?
trying to lower himself down. But it's definitely tied around his neck, but he's like got it and he's like trying to get himself to a position for some reason. But it's definitely tied around his neck.
I'm going to scream. I'm going to scream. I feel like that dude. I pitched as loud as possible.
I'm assuming that wakes the rest of us.
Oh, that of course. So you're screaming out the window, right?
I'm screaming at the window, yes.
Right, you're looking and go, ah! Okay. So that startles him, and he kind of sees you, and then he starts lowering himself faster.
And I'm going to... Who's in this room with me?
I think you're in the room by yourself.
I think so too. So, sir, don't do it. It's not, whatever it isn't worth your life. Someone come help. The Lord does not wish you to do this.
He turns and he looks toward you, and he has a smile on his face that has almost no shreds of sanity left in it. And he says, "It's going to be glorious." And then he lets go of the rope and he falls just to like a couple feet, and he's kind of hanging there swinging. And at any time you can you can decide you want to make your insanity roll at this point. And then he pulls a knife and he starts eviscerating himself
Oh no.
while he's hanging there. My
At this
daughter's
point,
like,
the sanity roll is there. That's the sanity roll.
Okay.
Right there.
Wow.
Get my sanity.
Huh.
I love sort of the bait and switch of this game, in that you feel kind of excited to find something new and something's happening, and then you realize that it's really just kind of damning you anyway.
Mm-hmm. Well, apparently all the other terrible things that we've seen have inured me to the horrors of some dude graphically killing himself.
And we don't like that guy anyway.
But I would say, despite not going insane again already,
Oh, so you made it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm just real grossed out. I mean, not yogurt dog grossed out, but like pretty close.
Okay. So the rest of you hear the screaming.
I'm gonna go into the guy's room.
Okay.
Easy enough, because the door's still broken from the last time you went in his room.
Yeah, they have like they put like a string with a nail to kind of wrap around it. That's kind of what the door lock is right now.
It's
Or something. I don't know. A half. Maybe. You can see the bed sheets have been taken off of the bed and they've been tied around one leg and it's been pulled over close to the window and you can see it hanging taut over the side.
I'm gonna start like reeling him in. I
Okay.
guess.
Okay.
I doubt I can.
Cut the sheets. Cut the sheets.
All right, you're
Well, yeah, that's the question. Is how many floors up were we again? I don't remember.
3, I think. I think you were on the 3rd floor. Or was it?
Okay,
Or the.
so like it's survivable to fall.
Oh yeah. Especially since he's hanging by the neck, it's probably more survivable. But
Yeah.
he is in the process of eviscerating himself.
That's actually
We'll
more
cut the
my
rope
worry than
quickly.
the.
Yeah.
Make your mighty strength roll there.
2.
Ooh, damn. Okay.
Those sheets never stood a chance.
Wow, I rolled a 1 on his speed roll to kill himself.
Kill himself.
I
I snap his neck, reeling him in.
Look at that, Ali. See, 0, 0, and 1. See, I actually rolled a 1.
Pulling him up, he's like, good.
Right. So you pull him up, and he looks very pale as you're pulling him up, and then you realize why, and that's because that most of his entrails are hanging out from some rather deep incisions in his abdomen, and it looks like he may have probably nicked his liver because there's quite a bit of blood. He's not quite dead. I mean, he's still like. You want to give me one of those sanity checks? You haven't made a sanity check yet, have you?
Give me
I-
one of
this
those
is my
fancy
first one.
sanity checks.
This is the first time Melvin has seen something like this, really. So I just got to roll below.
You roll the percentile dice under your current sanity.
I got a 7.
Okay.
God, that's a good D10.
Okay.
It's like those dice get to stay.
I think these are actually the Pathfinder beginner box.
Oh, wow.
The 5e beginner starter set dice. So yeah, they'll stay.
Okay.
I bought fancy new custom made dice with little summoning circles embedded in them.
Oh, neat.
So it's not quite as surprising that they would do well at a game like this, I guess.
They've been sanctified appropriately.
Exactly.
Okay. So you maintain your faculties as you pull them up, but you're looking and it's like you don't think there's anything you're going to be able to do for this guy.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out how dumb my character is. He's not, so I'm not going to try to just stuff all his organs back in.
Okay.
No, I figured you probably seen some shit out on the streets. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but no, I haven't seen somebody try to hang himself and disembowel himself. That's
Pretty extreme, yeah.
I don't know what to do.
You want to pull him all the way in, or do you?
I'll
Yeah, I'll pull him all the way into the room, as well as his organs,
Okay.
I guess.
I'll go ahead and run into the room as well and see if I can help.
Okay. It's quite a scene. He has cut himself open, and his intestines and such are hanging out and sort of draped in front of his.
I got a
body.
27 on my sanity check.
You did. Okay. Excellent. So I will stop describing it.
The most important.
Oh, is that
the
we
most
just have to
important
roll
thing.
fast?
That's the
Stop the horrible descriptions.
Oh, you
Yeah,
failed.
actually,
You failed. I get to read the rest of the flavor text.
Okay.
But I try to do everything I can. I grab, I start tearing up the sheets more to see if I could bandage the abdomen or, just whatever I can do. Probably failing to do anything, but at least trying.
Well, you can make the what is it? Is it medic? First aid.
First aid?
First aid. Best first aid. Is there anything
Yeah.
better than first aid? Is there medicine? Well,
Medicine.
I guess first aid because
There's medicine and first aid. I think in this situation, first aid's more appropriate.
Yeah, go ahead and you can make a first aid roll, but you got to make it by a lot.
No.
Otherwise, he's dying.
No complete botch or anything, but nowhere near by making it like a lot.
All right, so he expires. And he's smiling as he dies.
You say that like it makes it better. It doesn't make it better. Not better.
I think if I walk in and I see his grin, I'm gonna. Well, I didn't make a sanity roll, and I think his face looks like the creepy faces in the cave of darkness.
Oh yeah.
So it freaks me out a little bit when I come stumbling into the room all bleary-eyed because I apparently also fell very deeply asleep after I was spelled on the cup listening in the night. So I don't know how you want to...
You failed your sanity check?
I did, yes.
Excellent. All right.
Not critically failed, but pretty close.
Just a plain old failure. Let's make it like
Yeah.
let's make it like a D8.
Okay. Make me fish for another type of diet. I see how it is.
Yeah.
Here we go. 5.
Temporary insanity. Make an imp roll, please.
Okay. Nope.
So you suppress the memory.
That's good. That's the best
denial.
possible outcome.
That's the role you want to fail.
Yeah, exactly.
Mechanically representing humans' ability to lie to themselves since 1978.
So you suppress the memory. You probably walk out of the room though.
But I still lose 5 points,
You
right?
lose 5 sanity. Yes.
Oh, the slippery slope.
That slips faster.
I'm still super grounded compared to my last character. Like I'm like 30 points higher than the last guy started. So
Okay. So he expires. He's dead. And you can hear there's some commotion because it looks like there were standers-by who also saw what was happening out the window. So you can hear like a beep boo, beep boo, beep boo coming towards the hotel, and there's some commotion coming from downstairs. You can hear.
Okay. I'm going to go downstairs and basically, if I find hotel employees, it says there's somebody who tried to kill themselves. Please bring a doctor. It's bleeding. It's horrible.
Okay.
I can't believe none of the staff came out to my screaming.
Yeah.
How often do they get like
Oh, this-
hysterical women?
It's only been like a minute. They're still...
Next time we get a place with better service. I'd like to speak to the manager.
for sure they're getting a bad yell. Like first the neighbor's door is kicked in by somebody, and then they make a
Welcome to
big
Karen
stink about it
Cthulhu.
in the night, and now the crazy neighbors. It's bad.
Okay, well, there's people rushing up now. Anyone who's in the room, go ahead and make a spot. Is it spot hidden? What do they call that in this game?
Yeah.
Yes, spot hidden.
Hidden.
Yeah, spot hidden.
About 50. I made it 39.
I got 53 under 65.
For those of you who made it, I just put something in the Slack. This is sitting on the floor in the room, probably under the bed. Did it show?
Yep. Looking at it right now. Well, I'll show that to everybody now.
Okay.
Did someone want to read it for the listeners at home?
Yes, it's a Western Union telegram for Mr. Pierce Murphy. It says, be not disheartened by these events. Know that the enemies of light work every day to stop our noble efforts, but we will one day be victorious. Please tell the others to join me in the prearranged way.
And this was received right now. That's what the bellhop was knocking on the door for.
Yes, you heard him say, "Telegram, sir." And there's no other telegram that you see.
The prearranged way does not seem very efficient.
I was going to ask the same question. The prearranged way seems suicide?
I think it depends on where you're meeting.
Yeah. I mean, if they're meeting in the Dreamlands, then I guess that is the easiest way to get there. Permanently.
I am actually more disappointed in the fact that that gruesome revelation did not shock me in any way than anything else. But that could be it. Prearranged could be kill themselves and reconnoiter in the dream.
In which case, it might be worth attempting to go and see if they're there.
But what do they hope to accomplish if they go to a meeting like that? Because they can't get back.
Well, he can't, but if the others aren't also committing suicide, then...
Right, I suppose you're right.
If he was just a signal.
Yeah. This could just have been something highly visible that could have led to the signal of this is the time to rally.
Mm.
I don't know.
I could try to go back into the dreaming.
Maybe him killing himself is how he was supposed to tell the others, and not how they're supposed to meet.
But I still believe that Camilla's probably correct in that we should at least reconnoiter the other side to see.
And you do that how?
You fall asleep?
Kind of the short of it, yeah. I'd also like to know what this connection with Kistler is. Kistler?
Yeah.
Air Doctor? Kistler.
Yeah, I considered him an ally. He was really the only one that bothered to give us any kind of assistance. It now makes me think, have we been pawns for something all along? Have we actually been working towards a goal that is unknown to us and may have sinister after effects?
It would explain his connection and how he found the yellow sign. He seemed all too willing to help us go into the Dreamlands again and again, and where we entered was always Abigail's territory.
Just seems like
Well-
there would have been far easier ways to deal with us. Like the amount of time that we all spent asleep there at the same time. If
So maybe they're
he was-
using him as well?
What I find
Or-
encouraging is the very first line of the note. Be not disheartened by these events. Which means something that we did in the removal of that weapon caused him to become distraught and upset. So we have caused some negative effect.
Agreed.
Yeah.
But seeing as our original plan to follow him, well, it's taken quite the turn, hasn't it? I'm going to attempt to enter and see if there's any change on the other side.
Okay. Go ahead and make your will or power.
Power.
Yeah, I would say.
I'll probably set myself up in a chair, like at the foot of the bed, to try and watch for distress or badness.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and make a.
31 under my 75.
Okay. All right. You wake up in bed in the hotel room, and Dimitri is asleep in the chair.
I'm gonna shake him real hard, see if I can wake him up.
He doesn't seem to wake up.
Okay. And I'm gonna go next door to Pierce's room.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything over there?
He's standing at the window, looking out the window. The room does not look like it did before. It looks like
So
it's
does
in
it-
good order.
It looks like before we trashed it, or
Before he hanged himself.
oh, okay. And looking out past his shoulder, do I see anything?
It looks like Washington D.C. You can see the White House, and there's that big park between the back of the White House and the hotel you're at, and it is. You can see all of the tents and all of the stuff you would normally see for that encampment and the protest that was there, but there's no people. But you see all the stuff.
Okay. Pierce, you shouldn't have done it.
Something is wrong. It's not. This isn't the way it's supposed to be. Something went
I think-
wrong.
How is it supposed to be, Pierce?
I should not be alone.
But you aren't alone.
I don't mean you.
Who are you waiting for?
The others.
Which others?
Who are you?
I asked first.
I don't need to answer any of your questions. He turns around and he walks out the hotel room door into the hallway.
I am going to... I wonder if I can persuade him to give me more information.
You can certainly try.
I am going to try.
Okay. Holy shit! I gotta change dice. I've not rolled over like a 10. I'm going to re-roll because that was a shit roll anyway. You didn't actually roll the dice. Okay. What did you get on your persuade?
21.
Under.
65.
Oh boy. Okay. All right. What do you want to? What are you going to ask him?
I want to know who else, like who he was waiting for, and like who the other people in DC are that he's working with.
What kind of tactic do you want to use to kind of persuade him to tell you that? Do you want to like threats or lies or what sort of?
I think lies work. Lies work.
Okay.
Especially since we really have taken out so many. I mean, it's not like you could stop us, Pierce, when we have already dismantled so many of your plans.
Oh, you've only scratched the surface. There's not just 9, there's 9 of 9.
Oh, we know. And we know about Abigail, and we know how to hurt her, as we have done before.
But you don't know when to hurt her. And he's like kind of not even really like acknowledging you, but he's talking to you. He's talking to you. But he's like walking like he's going somewhere, but he doesn't really like he walks out to the entrance of the hotel and he kind of looks both directions for a minute or two and then he kind of turns one way and starts walking. But he's almost like not even acknowledging you're there. But he is carrying on the conversation.
We will hurt her in all the times when she appears. And we will stop her in all the times. All 9 by 9, as we have already begun. Your plan will fail. Who were you waiting for?
I don't know why you revel in such madness and destruction. When what will come?
Because I have communed with Hathor. And I shall revel in what I please.
Are you... Are so many dogs? Oh my god. Are you... You are of a rival sect, then?
Tell me what I want to know.
I am to meet them, but they are not here.
Who are you meeting? Who sent you the message?
Abigail.
But who else are you meeting? Abigail never comes alone.
Well, it would be another 9. I don't know. There are many of us.
You have failed.
Oh, there are many like me.
But the signal wasn't sent. And you have failed her.
She always has a backup plan.
But none that will bode well for you.
Oh, I will rest. I will wait. She will be here. He sits down on the park bench.
I am going to
And this
wake
guy,
up.
Okay, this guy
Wait.
just to kind of clarify, he's more way more distracted than what you have seen than people you've encountered here. Even Einstein wasn't as distracted as this guy.
Wonder if I can, like, because he was obviously looking around, and I figure he's looking for Abigail and the people. Was there any rhyme or reason to where he was walking around?
No,
When he sat in the park bench, was it like in the camp?
it's on like on the edge of the camp. But I mean, he was
look to you. It looked like he was legitimately wandering.
Okay. Well, possibly the way we interfered with his suicide maybe messed him, like, not all of him made it over. Maybe us dragging him up clouded the signal. Hopefully. Either way, I'm going to attempt to wake up at this point.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and make your power roll.
Did not make it.
Did you roll 100 or a 99? The horrible number?
No,
Oh, okay.
not again. How many hundreds do you want me to roll, Stu?
Yeah, they're just so exciting every time they.
I have legit rolled like 4 99s and 100s in this game. Like, awful things have happened.
Okay, so
How many more do you want?
as many as I can get. So she seems to be
Spread the
struggling
love.
like she's under some kind of distress a little bit. I'm saying this to Dmitry Tupolev.
I'm sorry. Say again.
She seems to be in some sort of distress. Like,
Oh well, I will immediately attempt to wake her.
Okay,
Like,
that wakes you up. You're awake.
Great.
Yeah. If there were any signs, I would immediately go for
Okay.
the wake up.
No one came to meet Pierce, but it was Abigail who sent the message. There is another 9 here.
Oh, we hadn't even finished with the first 9 yet.
I think technically this does finish the first 9, doesn't it?
Right, but I mean, we were still wrapping this up, and already there is a whole nother cohort in line.
Either way, he believed that they were supposed to meet in the Dreamlands, but no one was there. So either he was wrong, and they're meeting somewhere else, or the signals got crossed. He was not all there, even considering.
What if Abigail is trapped here as in the assistant?
Possibly, but nothing we did would have fixed her in this location. Or time. Since we know she is traveling in both.
Right. Unless exposure to Tesla-Einstein bridge machine caused her to not be able to travel back and forth as easily anymore.
Possibly, but she encouraged their research. She was there with them,
Yes.
helping them make it work. So it seems more likely that she was either trying to bring someone over from the other side, or just use one body to go multiple places and times. In which case, at least we know what she looks like right now.
Is it possible that perhaps his signal to commit suicide was not actually a earn a signal, but more of a punishment for failure?
If she had told him just to kill himself, he would have.
Sure.
He told me we had barely scratched the surface. And Abigail always has a backup, which we know is more true than not. But whatever we do, we have to stop it before the birthday party.
I wonder if there's any way to find out where this telegram came from or track it back in some way.
Well, it says it came from San Francisco, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it came from San Francisco. I do not know what out of character. I don't know what this W55422J is.
It's like some kind of tracking number. Probably if you were to go to the telegraph office, they could probably tell you what telegraph office it came from.
Well then, that gives us something to go off of.
Yes.
Well, I'll go see if I can run that lead down. And I take the telegram and I go. I'll just ask the concierge to see where the nearest Western Union office is, and I'll see if they can track this down to a source location.
Take Melvin with you. You shouldn't. None of us should go alone.
Very well. Melvin, actually, you're familiar with this location. Do you know where the nearest Western Union is?
I mean, I probably do. Steve, where's the nearest Western Union location?
Oh, it's just down the street next to the park.
Yeah, it's like a
Let's
block
go.
away.
Let's go.
Okay. You get the
Right next to the park where all the people are?
Yes. And
Okay.
you walk into the Western Union. There seems to be some kind of commotion going on with the protesters right now.
I go to somebody that seems to be observing and see what's all the commotion about.
Is it? I don't know. A bunch of people just like. You see that there was a guy hanging. Did you see him? Out the window?
Yes, unfortunately, I did see that.
And there was like 4 or 5 people. They just run off.
Well, I
Did
imagine
you see
so.
where they went?
He points. He says, that way.
We can do this at any time. Let's see if we can see where those people went.
Okay. So you kind of walk down a ways, and there is the first thing you pass of note is like a train station.
Okay, I go into the train station, just sort of look around,
Okay.
see if I see anybody suspicious or that looks like any of the people that we've seen, or
Okay.
Just-
Make a spot hidden roll.
sure. I made it spot on.
Okay. You see there are 4 people, 3 men and 1 woman, and they're all kind of huddled in a corner because it's basically you got all the seating waiting for the train announcements and all that, and they're visibly nervous or anxious.
Stu, real quick, I just got a note that your audio out is pretty low.
Oh,
The
really?
rest of us are okay, but
I wonder why mine would be low. It'd be better now, probably.
I am going. Are they by any benches or anything like that?
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
I'm just going to go take a seat nearby them.
Okay.
Actually, I'm going to. If there's any place to grab a paper, I'm going to grab a paper and then go sit near them.
Okay.
And I'm reading the paper.
Got it.
See if I can drop some eaves.
At one point, turn that down now. I'm really loud. Let me check the chat, see if the audio is better. You're not saying. Okay. You hear one of them, like trying to placate one of the other ones, saying that we'll be in New York in 3 hours. Once we get on the train to San Francisco, it'll be fine.
Okay. I'm basically waiting for a train to show up, and then during the commotion of everybody sort of boarding the train, I slink away.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That probably happens within 10 or 15 minutes.
I observe if they actually enter the train that comes by.
Yes. Yeah, they get on the number 62 for New York.
Yeah, and I make note of the train line and the train number and the destination.
Okay. You get all that information, and you also have the approximate arrival time in New York.
Okay, and then I go. It seems. I go to Melvin and I go, "Did you observe any of that?"
I couldn't hear him. No.
Apparently, they're very nervous about events here, and once they reach San Francisco, and I sort of tap on the telegram in my pocket, that everything would be okay. And they're boarding a train to New York and heading out that way right now. Let's see if we can find the general destination within San Francisco that this telegraph came from. This will give us a location where they're going in a general sense, and we can intensify our search. I don't know what else we can do here. So I go, let's go to West Union very quickly, and we go over there and see if we can find out where this telegram came from, or the office this telegram came from.
Okay. The guy there says, "Oh yeah, I received this telegram myself. It came from there's a Western Union office in the Palace Hotel in San Francisco."
Thank you so much. Very much appreciated. Have a pleasant day.
And you as well.
And I limp quickly back to the hotel.
I'm sorry, where did it come from?
The Palace Hotel.
The Palace Hotel. Thank you.
And I go back to the hotel and tell everybody what I have observed.
Well, it looks like we've at least stymied them here for now. The protesters should be safe.
I was actually fearful that the man hanging himself would have a significant effect on the crowd.
Or would perhaps trigger one of their evil plans, as sacrifices have been present at many of them.
That the danger, this protest represents a danger in that it's a powder keg, and I don't see us being able to hold this back in any way.
I think we already have. If she's pulling her people out of here and sending them to San Francisco, then it sounds like her backup plan is there.
They will be reaching New York in 3 hours and then boarding a train immediately from there. Oh, can I take something back, Stu? When I was at the train station, could I ask there what would be the fastest travel to San Francisco from New York after this train arrives?
Okay. Yeah, they give you whatever the train would be.
Anyway, this would be the fastest mode of transportation from New York to San Francisco if they were to leave immediately. So at least we have a time frame. I don't know how we're going to be able to beat them to San Francisco.
I don't think we can. Unless we all
leave-
traveled. If we go back, can we... I'm not the scientist. Isidore, you know how Tesla's machine works. Can we use it to get to San Francisco faster?
I suppose there wouldn't be any kind of temporal distortion to attract those that we know are attracted to it. It may be possible. We could simply ask him. But I believe that it may be possible.
In which case we need to hurry either way.
Out of character question, does it take much longer to drive to New York from here than it does to take a train?
Well, I looked it up. Trains take about 3 days in the 1920s.
No, from here to New York.
Oh, from here to New York, you probably not that different, I would imagine.
Because if we make haste in the car, we may be able to try to grab the same train, and then we can keep an eye on them as they travel. They did not seem to know who I was, even though I was in close proximity. So I don't think that there's too much danger in doing that.
Mm.
But if we did that, we'd have to drive relatively quickly, and we only have one resource for that, and I do not wish to volunteer your service. Looking at Melvin.
Well, I'm happy to drive back to New York. That's not a problem.
Well then, let us be off.
All right, let's get the hell out of here.
Right, so you pack your stuff up and head off.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna like head right for like Grand Central Station or whatever the name of the train
Yep.
station is. Okay.
And before anyone writes in about like how I keep calling them yogurt dogs, I know. They're like hounds of Tyndall or whatever. Yogurt dogs is better, and I will never give it up.
It is more evocative.
Yeah, Hounds of
Yes.
Tyndalos doesn't really evoke anything.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
I heard they're playing Coachella next year.
All right. Okay, so it probably probably takes you. I don't even know what travel time on the East Coast is. The places are so close together. There. I don't know what.
It takes about 5 hours to drive from DC to New York nowadays, but there's a lot of traffic.
Right. Also,
Um,
cars didn't go 80 miles.
but also there's interstates.
Oh, that's true. Right.
Yeah.
So
Let's say it's about 5 hours.
Let's say that these things cancel each other out.
Yeah, sure. Traffic is terrible. Okay. So sometime midday, you arrive at New York at Grand Central Station. And I'm assuming whoever was driving, you put the pedal to the metal.
Oh yeah,
You want to make a
absolutely.
roll to see if you actually beat the train there?
Ooh.
Oh,
oh, yeah, I dig that.
Get the skills going. Tyler does not look confident.
Well, I got a 24 under my drive of 80.
Wow.
That's good.
Wrecked it.
So you get there clearly probably 20 minutes before the...
And now we're about to leave the car behind, and my best skill is going to be useless.
No, we can pay to load it on the train.
Drive the train.
Yeah, we could put it in the freight section or something, right? That's a
Yeah.
thing.
Absolutely, it's a thing.
Now I have this whole like cannonball run thing. Like we're all in this car just driving down the highway.
It's
It's
just
a beer in New York City, and they're thirsty in San Francisco.
it's just drifting in a Model T is just
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the montage is like us flying along super fast and then having to stop and add like water and oil at every service station.
Cranking the car.
Yeah.
Solid rubber tire blows out somehow.
literally holding onto our hats, just like
This is what happens we're made for. I'm holding on to the door for dear life.
I am like praying all the way.
Okay, so you guys get to get to this train station and looking at the little board thing they got there. It looks like the train is due in about 10 or 15 minutes, and you can also see the what would be the fastest, most immediate train heading to San Francisco as well is leaving
Since we have a few minutes,
an hour.
how reasonable would it be if we, say, got the police to arrest them?
If you can come up with a reason why.
But they just murdered a man in Washington, D.C. I don't know.
Involving the law here.
I mean, we already know that Hoover is looking into all of this. If we tip him off, can we leverage that for a win on our side for once?
I'm just trying to see what would coax them into arresting them. And because if we were to be accusers, it would have to be some kind of anonymous accusation.
Absolutely. But I'm assuming Hoover wants to... He hasn't made any headway into his case. If we call in a tip, it seems like he would be incentivized to act on it.
Well, I suppose we can simply just call in a tip. I don't see why not, especially since we have people that Hoover hasn't met. If they make
And
a recording
also,
of the
I
voice.
mean, worst comes to worst, this doesn't work and we still have to follow them to San Francisco. But it feels like if we can just all not die, I'd prefer that.
But then
Just a
again,
thought.
if they are on the train with us, it would give us an opportunity to eavesdrop on their conversations and perhaps maybe even search whatever lodgings they have within the train and discover more information.
Yes, but information is of less importance than just stopping whatever's happening. Which, if 4 out of the 9 are in jail and not in San Francisco,
I
we're
fear
not Secret Service agents.
Could we perhaps...
I didn't fight in the Great War, and I don't want to start another one.
Could we perhaps find an easier way to contrive for their arrest somewhere en route? That perhaps they stole from us on the train, or...
Nothing that wouldn't expose us unduly. Hoover is here. He has great manpower. We already know that he's invested.
And it might stop the train from continuing as quickly. But
What if they got caught with like a shitload of booze in their bags?
That could help.
I
Can you
I
get
think
that
that
in
would
15 minutes?
Probably not in 15 minutes, no.
Well, you can make a luck roll. You might have samples for potential customers.
Well, I don't make it. I just deliver it.
Oh, okay.
So what was the name of the club that we all met at?
Sugarcane.
Sugarcane.
I did just deliver a bunch to them.
I mean, maybe they tipped you with a case?
How do I roll luck, Stu?
You just roll a percentage underneath your luck.
What is starting luck? Because I don't have that marked on my sheet.
Really?
Hmm.
I don't have to sound so excited about it.
He's like, in that case, it's 9.
Have no luck. You must roll a 00. I mean, 1.
That's
you have to
a
roll a
100.
1.
Nothing beats how excited I was the first time I rolled 100, and I thought it was a 0. I was really, really happy to have rolled so low. And Stu was like, no.
I
No.
was
This is
giddy.
weird because Stu was just as happy.
He was. He was super, super happy.
Is there an index on this book? That'd be nice. Give me an index. Give me an index, Chaosium. Oh, give me a list of people who. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, I do. Okay, no, it's a skill index. Okay.
And then there was that time I accidentally made Dimitri go back into the smiley people cave.
Yes.
Oh, I just don't think I ever rolled my luck.
You roll 3d6 and multiply it by 5. It's fucking other stuff.
Or when your back got burned because I needed that severed head.
Yeah. Keep pointing out all the times that I had terrible experiences because of you. That seems like a good idea.
I'm just saying that in general it feels like when I roll 100 bad things happen to you.
Yeah.
3d6 multiplied by 5, so roll 13, so 50, 68, 65?
Oh, that's pretty lucky.
And you can spend it too. You rolled a 66. You can't see it.
That's 100 on my luck roll. Oh, my green screen's cutting it out. Yeah, I rolled 100 on my luck roll.
Oh, you rolled 100. Let's see.
But I'll mark down my luck.
You can also spend luck on rolls, and it reduces it. So like you can, like if you missed a roll by like 5 points, you can take 5 points of luck and increase it. Okay. Okay, yeah, you've got a whole case of premium 180 proof moonshine.
So yeah, I mean, if we want to put some shine in their bags, we can absolutely do that.
All right.
I feel like that's a backup plan. Hoover first, incriminate them later. Also, I'm glad we didn't blow up on the way back. I'm
Wouldn't
going to
blow it
distance
up.
myself from this situation. I'm kind of uncomfortable with the amount of booze that has been traveling with us. And how volatile it is.
You mean that we drove through 5 states twice?
Especially at the rate.
Mm-hmm. We don't have good luck with fire, remember?
Yeah, we tried to throw a lamp literally at the side of a barn and missed. Yeah.
I succeeded in that. I have a 20% throw, and it worked out for me.
I still have J. Edgar's card, I'm assuming.
Sure, of course.
And I basically pull out the card and says, we have means by which to do so. What do we want to say?
Out of character, I don't remember what set of incidences he was investigating. There were so many.
Same here.
Let me just say, you guys were kind of avoiding J. Edgar Hoover because he suspected that you may have had something to do with a certain barn that went up, and there was like 4
well, they found some dead bodies there. I think they found all of them. Some of them walked away.
Oh, yeah. When we had the zombie barn incident.
Right. So I don't know if I mean, maybe I have a different memory of it, but I think that there's probably an even chance he may put you guys in handcuffs if you call him.
Not if we have Melvin call him.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, we have
Yeah,
members
the
that he's
Point,
never
the point was
Right.
he was investigating Camilla, Isidore,
Yes.
Doris, and Friedman.
And there's two people he's never met before now.
And he's never met Dimitri and Melvin.
That's true. Okay. I just wanted to. I didn't want you guys to walk in and like, hey, Jared Hoover. Hey, why are we going to give this away?
No.
Okay.
We literally fled the country to get away from him, so...
Oh,
I was actually a little bit surprised he didn't have anyone, like, stationed at the university. But, glad he didn't.
Either that or they were just incompetent. So either way, we'll take it.
Right. So now
where did we leave that rifle? By the way, are we taking it with us?
I will let
assume
you
we
guys
did.
decide what you did with it, because it's. I mean,
We packed up all our stuff and brought it with us, I'm sure.
Okay, how about we do this? We call the tip in that at the hotel that we were at, something was stolen from this man that committed suicide. And we know the people that stole what he had. And give the descriptions of the people at the train station. And I believe they're trying to flee the area. Oh no, but we're in New York now, not in goddamn DC.
Right.
Never mind, that doesn't make sense.
Mm.
I mean, are we just going to call it in and be like, hey, there's these 4 people from this creepy death cult?
We could just call it in and be like, hey, we saw these people with the famous Doris the Explorers. And they sounded like they were talking about blowing something up. And lean into the fact that Hoover really wants us. And suspects we've already blown something up. Which, I mean, if he had seen the zombies, he would have done it too.
I agree.
Oh, yeah?
Maybe we should explain that in the call.
No.
I'm saying Doris Daniels is famous, so it makes sense that somebody would recognize her. And then you just say that you heard her discussing some kind of evil plot of some sort. And you call Hoover about it.
No, just go. Hey, there's some folks here at the train station, and I heard them talking about burning down a barn, and they mentioned Hoover's name. They said they were heading out to San Francisco, and they're traveling with, and give the description of the other group. I think that would probably work fairly well. I think.
I mean, really, it couldn't be any worse than plant a bunch of highly explosive booze on them and hope that someone cares enough to arrest them for it.
Well, the thing is, we can use that as a backup plan to try to cause them problems in the train.
True.
And that could be an easy way for us to cause a diversion with the train personnel and them if we need to basically lead off some heat, so to speak. But if we make this call, then means that if Hoover does do something about it, he's probably going to send some agents to the train, and up ahead we'll probably see some trouble there too. But also seeing their reaction. But would they be looking for us? Wouldn't Hoover...
Possibly, but if Melvin gives the description of the other people, and we keep away. We just need
Okay.
to stay out of sight.
All right. And I go, Melvin, do you mind making that call? I know we're leaning on you really hard right here.
So I'm going to call Hoover and tell him that those four talked about blowing up a barn,
Burning down a barn.
burning down a barn
With Doris Daniels.
with Doris Daniels, and that they're going to San Francisco.
Yes.
And you saw him get on this train.
Yeah. And you saw him get on this train.
On which train?
The train to San Francisco.
Okay.
Well, do I want to say I saw them get on the train, or that they said they're taking that train?
Whichever you think is going to be a more effective situation.
All right. I will go make the call.
And I think he has a point. If he says, I saw them get on the train, that would place him at the train station. So we want to keep it as vague as possible.
Well, it's
I don't
it's
know.
real
I'm not
simple
used to
say
like
I was
having
at the
to
train
pull the
station.
wool. I'm not used to having to pull the wool over the FBI's eyes. There isn't exactly a manual for it at the library.
All right, so I will call the number that they have for Hoover
Okay.
and say there's a group of 4 people. Give them the descriptions. They were talking about some shady stuff. Said they burnt down a barn and were heading to San Francisco. Give them the time of the next train out, and I'll drop Doris's name as well.
Okay, make your persuade roll on it.
I don't know how good this is going to be. Nope.
Well, you just picked up a lot of luck points, man.
Not enough. I got a 43 on my persuade of 10.
Oh no! Never mind.
Okay.
Did
was
he
a
have an
good idea.
advantage because we gave him all that information?
Well,
Or-
I made Hoover's like smarts roll, and I rolled a 3,
Jesus.
like a 3.
So the question is how smart Melvin is.
I'm smart. I'm just not persuasive.
So he can pick up the phone. The first thing he wants to know is who's this.
God, I'm not quick. What's the first object I see near me?
A bench.
This is George Bench.
And the Kobayashi porcelain.
And so you've got 5 people you said you've seen, and one of them is this Doris character.
No, they said they're going to go meet her.
Are they going to meet her? Where are they going to meet her? In San Francisco?
Well, that's where they said they're going. I don't know if they're meeting her there.
And they
I
just
didn't want to stand around by a bunch of people staying there burning buildings down.
okay. And you said you saw them. Where did you see them? Are they on the train or are they waiting?
No,
for
they're still at the
train?
station.
They're at the station. And what train are they getting on?
Oh no, they're coming, and I hang up.
Well done, sir. Bravo.
Congratulations.
Could have gone better.
Boring conversation anyway.
Oh wait, did you have fast talk at all?
Yeah. I still wouldn't have made it on that roll.
Oh.
My fast talk's only 40. Why are there 2 skills for that?
Because one is like when you're spinning up a bunch of lies on the spot, and one is when you're like, I have an actual argument.
Or yeah, I am
That
using
makes sense.
sophistry.
Kimmy, if you're listening to this, I'm sorry I threw Doris under the bus. But it was
I'm
either that or
excited.
Edward, who has not been sighted on U.S. soil in quite some time.
The difference is it says persuade takes at least half an hour. Fast talk is when you want to persuade someone quickly.
Oh.
Good to
Who
know.
knew? Look at you reading rules.
How dare you? How dare you bring logic into this?
Okay, so from the gist of the conversation, you're not sure what Hoover's going to do. You don't know if he's going to come down and send agents down, stop the train. You're not sure because you didn't actually tell him which train it was. You just said it was going to San Francisco.
Well, in the initial attempt to tell him, I gave him the next train time out.
Okay, all right.
I thought they were taking.
Okay, all right.
And then when he tried to clarify it, I panicked.
Okay.
Well, I do like that you did make it sound urgent with, oh no, they're coming.
That always works.
I mean,
But
I thought that was a really good ending to that. I salvaged some of it out of that, but that's just me.
Hopefully. You know what I do know is that we're definitely going to have to buy tickets to that train and do it separately because we are also a group of 3 men and 1 woman.
unless you want me to ride in truck, we pay for a car to go with us.
I don't know if that's necessary.
I feel like we should definitely have the car. It saves us time renting one on the other side. Also, I'm not made of money. Now that Edward and Doris are gone,
Yeah,
we're
both
kind
your
of
deep
broke.
pockets are gone now.
I have salary now.
You do. Welcome to capitalism, Dimitri.
Now arriving the 125 from Washington D.C. and so the train comes in.
Great. So
Well-
Melvin and I will buy our tickets separately than Dimitri and Isidore will get the car on the train.
Okay. What's your daily spend there, Isidore?
Let's see. That's my credit. My credit rating is 30. Let's see. Is it on the back where the...
It's
Oh yeah, my spend level is 10, my cash is 60, and my assets is 1,500.
Okay.
I hadn't looked at this character sheet in so long. I'm scrambling to try to find anything on it.
Yeah, I'll say you have the money to get the car shipped.
I'm supposing if we all pool everything together, we
Yeah,
might be.
yeah, you can probably get it done. Okay.
Well, I mean, I guess the question would be, would it be cheaper to acquire a car on the other end or ship the car that...
Yes, but we know
Melvin
this
is
car.
familiar with.
We have this car. And
Yeah, I agree.
rather than finding a rental company and having to give ID and all that kind of thing.
That's very true.
Plus, the rental car is not going to have a place to hide guns in it.
Nor will it have a boot full of liquor that could blow up at any moment.
It's not
Yay!
going to blow up.
Very stable. Very stable.
It's fine. There's hay packed around it.
Oh yeah, that helps.
It worked out very well for the bard.
Well, if no one throws a lantern at my trunk full of booze, we'll be okay.
Okay, so you all get your tickets. For the... I don't even know what trains are called on the East Coast. All the ones I know are West Coast.
It's a train.
Well, the train
Aren't
would...
they just called
The
trains?
line.
The train from New York would go from New York to Chicago. And then we'd probably have to switch trains in reality.
Oh, and probably get on... Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. So are you just getting like a standard car, like little room cars, or?
I would be fine with taking regular seat.
Okay.
I have slept in worse places.
Yeah, I mean, we're already kind of stretching it resource-wise, so... But do they just allow you to just have a seat for such a long trip?
It's probably like those little, what do they call those things? It's not a sleeper car, but it's like the thing where there's seats facing each other, and there's like this place up above to stow. I don't know.
It's like a cabin for people without.
I mean, in modern times, trains, like, you can totally book, here, you just get a seat like on an airliner.
Right.
For 3 days. But you could get up and go to the dining car or the lounge car or whatever.
Right.
Feels like it maybe, like... Could there also be situations where it would be like, oh, well, you have a sleeper car, but you have to share it? Like, you don't choose who you get it with?
Maybe.
It might.
I mean, I feel like I've read novels where this is at least, like, a basis for a meet cute.
Or, like, popular culture tells us in Harry Potter, you never know who's going to be in your little...
train cubicle.
Right.
Right.
Okay. We'll say it's something like that. And since you bought your tickets separately.
Mm-hmm.
Well, everyone could make a luck roll and see if you end up in the same room. If you want to end up in the same cubes. It's entirely up to you.
We all have to make a luck roll? Can someone with good luck make a luck roll?
Someone with whoever doesn't make the roll doesn't get in the same room.
Well, we didn't all buy our tickets separately. Like,
Oh, you
Melvin and
didn't?
I bought ours together, and
Okay,
Isidore
then
and
just
Dimitri
make
bought theirs together.
one luck roll.
I got a 15 on my luck roll.
Okay.
Oh, good. Good, we're good then. Nice.
So you have a dramatically appropriate area in a train car, which offers a small amount of privacy. And I have no other details beyond that because I haven't been on a train since I was probably 8. Not counting the Metro Rail. Okay. And you guys get situated, and the train leaves without any delay or anything that looks like law enforcement gives a shit.
All right.
I don't think Hoover believed me, guys.
Well, if Hoover has a lot more resources just in one city, he might decide to act upon it. We don't know. There actually could be an FBI agent in this train right now that was assigned to just check it out. It doesn't need to be like a full frontal assault.
Or they might just wait till the train gets to Chicago.
Yeah.
Okay. So you head out, and the train starts heading out, and nighttime passes. Are you guys going to look for these other people, or are you going to stick to yourselves? Or
No, I mean, I'll walk around casually around the train and see if I can spot sort of where they're at.
okay,
And I keep my eye open for them. You know what? I don't intensely look for them, but I keep my eye open as I do a little tour of the train. Then I just continue to sort of scope it out.
do you guys see the ghostly cloaked figure in Dave's?
It's his chair.
Is that what that is?
It's trying to block it out. It's like when he sits in it, it kind of comes up like behind his shoulders and his head, and it kind of looks like this weird, like
I know, and the thing is
eldritch mantle.
the chair is right where one of the eyes is, so it's kind
The
of
ghost.
It's the chair.
My chair is
The
apparently.
hooded
It's not.
figure who
It's not
came
Dave's
to.
unholy aura.
It's the hooded figure that came to haunt Isidore and Doris at the barn in
Yeah.
England. Not the barn we burned down. Another barn.
It's just close enough to humanoid lump that the AI is trying to decide whether or not it should filter it or not.
Okay. Go ahead and make your. I guess probably a spot hidden. There, Isidore.
Oh no, I got an 85.
Okay, all right. You kind of, meander around. Where they put the luxury cars? Near the back of the train or the front of the train? Does anyone know?
I think they'd be near the back, so there's less crap coming from the engine into your window.
That makes sense. Okay.
I'm just trying to find
Sure.
information on it, and basically it all says, yeah, traveling in the 20s on the train sucked because air conditioning on trains didn't happen until the 30s.
Oof.
And we're traveling in July.
Okay. So, no, you can't get. They don't. They kind of watch the first class cars, so you can't really get past the bellboy or what is it, conductor dude. I don't know what they'd be called. Is there only one conductor? I don't know anything about trains. It is amazing how little I know about trains.
There would be porters and conductors.
Okay.
There may be more than one conductor, but there's also like wait staff.
Okay.
I don't know if they have a special name.
Okay. So there's a few cars in the back that you can't get to. So it's possible they might be back there. And if you have, unless you want to try to sneak back there, we will fast forward a day until when you're in Chicago.
I'll try and take a gander.
Okay.
Do you want me to do stealth or?
You could you could try to talk your way back there, which
No.
would be difficult because they probably want to look at your ticket.
And my answer to that is, if that's the only option to get back there, then I will not.
Or you can wait until the guy's distracted, and I would say that would probably be a stealth roll.
Okay. I mean, I could go stealth, or I could go like strength to try and shimmy along the outside of the train, like an action movie hero.
Oh yeah, I'm all for
Love
that.
it. Dave's got to roll a new character because he fucked up a roll trying to climb on the outside of the train.
Right.
I'm excited about this plan.
I am too.
All right, here I go.
You gonna climb on the outside of the train?
Yeah, let's do this.
All right.
It's gotta be exciting. Oh, I handled it. Handled this. I got a 13 under 70.
Oh, excellent. Okay. So you kind of shimmy along the outside of the train, probably on top of it.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm not like passing by people's windows and they're like, "There's a man on the outside of the train."
There's a man on the wing.
Right. It's like William Shatner just freaking out.
I'm sorry, sir. Trains don't have wings. Okay. And you basically skip where the guy was sort of guarding the passage between the train cars, and get to the next one, and then you can
Okay.
do as you will.
Duck back inside.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll see if I can find these people. I didn't see them, so I just kind of go on description.
Okay.
Right, because this would be embarrassing if they didn't even make the train.
That is a good point.
Okay. You see, you see them. They're in a dining car. There's like a luxury dining car, and they're in that.
Were you in the asylum?
I was.
You were in the asylum. So you met Dr. Friedman.
I did.
Dr. Friedman is sitting with them.
Shit. Okay. I didn't think any of them would recognize me, so now I'm trying to be extra sneaky, cautious.
You want to go ahead and make another stealth check to see if you can
Oh, sure.
evade their sight?
My stealth is actually even better than my strength, so I'm confident.
That's why you didn't get shot.
Oh, yeah. I got a 3.
You're rolling like I roll. Okay.
I'm like the wind.
Okay. So you get back out and shimmy back along then. I won't make you roll for that again. And then you...
Thank you, because now's when it would go really badly.
and you make it back to your regular train car.
I'm gonna just like hustle and bust in and tell everybody like your friend the American man that disappeared from the hospital in England. He is here. He is on this train. The what was his name? Freeman, Dr. Friedman.
Dr. Friedman is here.
Yes, your friend from the asylum.
Where?
He was with these people in the first class lounge.
Oh no. Edward, no.
I did not expect to see anyone that might recognize me, but I saw him and then I quickly exited to return.
So that's so much bad news. I'm having trouble tracking. He's our friend. We should try talking to him. Maybe he's trying to do something. He's been with us. He saw all of this from the beginning.
But if he is with these cultists now, it's not possible he has decided that they are correct.
I wouldn't see a man of reason like that. A man who has dedicated his life to healing?
These people often do not seem to act with reason.
Either way, we if he has been bamboozled by them, we need to do everything we can to get him out of their clutches.
That much.
Possibly. He did not seem to be hostage or imprisoned.
Mental
case,
clutches.
Yes,
He
indeed.
could be simply infiltrating them, trying to find something out. I don't know. I just refuse to believe that my friend, who has seen so much of this with me, has joined this cult. I find it difficult to fathom.
It's good. If you want to talk to him, we could get him.
We should get him alone. I mean, whatever we can do to separate him from them. And hope that he hasn't succumbed.
Possibly when we get to Chicago, we could use time transferring trains to distract others and talk
See if
to
we can
him.
peel him away and talk. I think that's the best plan. I don't think we're going to be able to access him here in the train. I can't believe this. He helped so many of us. I can't believe it. Isidore sort of like just sort of sits back and just is in shock. Seems to be deep in thought and just despondent. This was like one of his best friends, you know? So fast. Do we want to space bar to Chicago, or is there anything else?
Sometime that night, are you guys going to do watches like you normally do?
Because sleep in and of itself is a danger zone. So yeah,
Okay.
the last few times we all
It's
fell
a
asleep
highway
together.
to it's a highway to the danger zone, if you will. It would also be helpful if like somebody could keep watch and like see if Edward's ever alone.
Yeah.
Is there like a lounge outside the first class area?
Yeah, sure.
I will hang out in there until.
So let's do this in two halves. If Dimitri and Camilla want to sleep first, I'll stay with them just awake, just to make sure that there isn't any dreaming shenanigans or anything crazy that needs to happen, or somebody comes after us. Then Melvin can go to the lounge car and see if anybody comes out and just observe. And then when we switch over, we can have Dimitri in the cart, and then Camilla can watch Melvin and I sleep, and then we'll divvy it up that way. That sound good, guys?
As long as I don't fall asleep again, because I'm lazy, apparently.
Hey, man, it's a watch situation. It happens.
Okay. Sometime around like 1 a.m. Somewhere in your train car, you hear a scream. It's a man's voice. It seems to be coming from up ahead.
I would. Good.
Who's awake at this point?
This would be your first iteration of your watch.
All right. I am going to quickly wake Dimitri if he hasn't been awakened already by the scream, and
Yes.
it says a man was screaming up over this way. I don't want to leave Camilla alone. Can you go check out what happened?
Yeah, I'll just bust out there. Like,
Okay.
I am action ready.
So you get out and like you can see the little slidey door. People are like beaking out the little slidey doors as you go by, and there's a what do they call them? A porter? Is that what the dudes are called?
probably.
Okay. There's one standing there at an open door, and he turns to you and he, with kind of a panicked look on his face, says, "Are you a doctor?"
No, but if someone has been injured, I have some training in emergency medicine.
And he kind of moves to the side for you,
Okay.
and it's like a little like sleeping compartment.
Oh, I've got to roll my sanity quick before you start describing anything.
We are well-trained monkeys.
Okay, you can start talking. I'll tell you when to stop.
Okay. So there's it looks like it's there's a woman lying on the floor, and there's like a slash just like completely across her torso at a diagonal angle, again with the evisceration and the stuff hanging out, and there is the inside of the room is like splattered with blood, like whatever got hit, and there's a guy in there, and he's kind of holding her like from behind, like trying to like put the stuff back where it was.
Okay. Care to make it more horrible? Because I didn't make my sanity check at all.
Oh, he didn't. Okay. He meant
Oh.
he then says, "Did anyone see that dog?"
Oh,
No, you can make a
Oh.
sanity roll.
well, I failed.
Okay. How much did you fail it by? Or just
I
regular
failed
roll
it by 26 points.
What,
Not critical failure, though. Still just in the
It
neighborhood.
could be a shit
That's a
failure.
bad neighborhood, man.
Okay. I forget how much that thing took.
Well, like, as soon as I hear that, though, I think I'll probably yell back into the hallway, "Everyone, get back in your rooms! There may be a loose wild animal upon the train!"
Oh, you're not actually seeing it. You're only hearing about it. So I'm gonna just take a D6.
Okay. All right, I'll take that. That's okay.
What'd you roll?
I rolled 2.
Okay. So you have you lose control for a moment. Scream, involuntary action, freeze, etc.
Do I have to make a mental,
No.
or is that not enough?
Nope.
Okay. Rock on.
You only have to do that if you lose 5. So, so you think, ah! Or you probably get real panicky, and as you're telling people to go back to the rooms, you probably run back to yours.
Yeah, it's probably like I step inside, I see what happens. He mentions the dog, and then I jump back out the door and just run down the hallway yelling, "Oh, everyone in your rooms! Maybe wild animal!" Yeah, which is, I'm sure it helps the situation a ton. But then when I get back to everybody here, I'm like, "It is one of the dogs, the hounds! Men saw attack his wife or partner or friend. I don't know. I
Was
did
it
not
one
stay
of
to
the?
ask."
Was it one of the 4?
No, it didn't look like them, right?
No.
No, it was just some random other passenger.
That doesn't make any sense. Unless they've been meeting Abigail in the Dreamlands, then I don't see what would have attracted a hound here. And if they have, then we're in deeper trouble than we thought.
Sorry, apparently my dog ate a whole tub of butter.
Nice.
Wouldn't you if
Whoops.
you were a dog?
Yeah.
Okay.
My wife was just like, "Hey, keep an ear out, and if you hear horrible stomach noises, attempt to move her off of furniture." So I'm sorry. Rephrase if you ask me a question there, Pooja. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying, like, if the bad guys are meeting Abigail in the Dreamlands and time traveling, which would attract a hound, though I don't know why the hound would attack the random woman instead of them, seeing as that bastard's always come for us every time we've done it. It's not the same giving dagger eyes to Stu when we're not in the same room.
Maybe they have something that identifies them as friendly to cause of evil dog.
Possibly. Though if they have a way to control them, then I would love to know what it is.
Have some way of summoning and controlling them, definitely.
Either way, it's even more urgent that we meet with Edward now, then.
I go, I look like I have an idea, and I run to whoever the trained people is still sort of milling about, and I sort of just say, if there's a crowd, or what does it look like back over in this situation, or
In which direction?
to where the victims were.
There's a crowd of people there. There's a porter and a couple other people.
I basically am going to stand behind somebody else and yell. Yell out that I know there's a doctor in first class. I know there is.
Okay. Okay.
Good call.
So the porter heads back. He excuses himself around.
Friedman.
Oh, okay. And he heads back there. And then,
And then I'm sort of gonna wait around here to see if he comes back with them.
the porter comes back and says, I can't find anyone named Friedman back there.
Okay. I give him a description. And no, I don't do that. Like, okay, that didn't work. I go back to the group and says, I tried to lead them towards Friedman as a doctor, medical doctor, to see about checking out what happened, but apparently he's not answering to that name. Are you sure it's him you saw, Dimitri?
I would wager the appearance of dog on it.
Then he doesn't want to get involved in any way, or could be suffering from some kind of amnesia, or maybe under the thrall and complete mental control of somebody.
Well,
I know Dr. Friedman. I know that if he was alerted that someone was in need of medical attention, or whose lives was in danger, he would jump to save that life as part of his oath. This does not seem like him at all.
We definitely need to find him. We need to find him as soon as possible.
Are the porters that are looking at into first class, are they distracted by this falderall?
Oh, absolutely.
So I'm going to try to sneak back there. With a determined look, I just start walking back over to first class.
Okay. All right.
I'm going to go talk to my goddamn friend.
Yeah, I won't even make you roll because there's been death. Okay, you get back to the dining car's empty, and then there's two cars behind it that were the first class sleeper cars, I guess. What you call them? I guess.
yeah. Those are the ones with the actual nice, like, fold-down seats that become beds. And
Right.
Right.
They have curtains or they have doors.
In the 20s, I don't know. And now they have, like, a door.
I'll say they had curtains.
It'd be a door.
It'd be a door. Okay, door. Do they got doors? So you're basically there's like a car length long hallway with doors on either side.
Okay, I'm basically just sort of gonna open these doors and just peer my eye in, not open it all the way, just sort of take a look inside, like I'm a porter, sort of just looking through the doors.
Okay. You mean stealth thing?
Sure, I'm awesome at that. 36 is not bad, but I don't. Nope, failed it
By how much?
by 16.
Oh, okay. All right. So you get about halfway down, and you like open up the sixth or seventh door, and you see. You're pretty sure. You open it up, and you see what you think are those four people that you saw at the train station.
I'm not really looking for them.
Okay.
I'm looking for Dr. Friedman.
Okay.
So, if he doesn't look like he's in there,
He's not. No, it's just got 4 beds and you don't see him.
yeah, I'm going to continue going.
Okay.
You go through the entire first car, and he's not in there, and there's another car behind it.
Okay, I go back there then.
Okay.
He's really intent on fighting his friend. He's terrified for his friend, and he wants to think that this is going to be okay.
Okay. You get to you start going through the doors, and when you get to the very last one, you open it up, and it looks like it might be him. He's asleep. He's kind of facing away from you, but from behind it kind of looks like it could be him.
Oh, Dr. Friedman, are you awake?
You hear snoring.
I've slept in the same room with this guy a lot. Does it sound like his snoring?
I think that's a fair question.
It is. You know what? No, it doesn't. It does not sound like his snoring.
Okay. I'm gonna. I think what Isidore would do is going. Dimitri must have been mistaken. I looked through all of these places and I couldn't find him, and then just sort of like lull myself into a sense of relief, and then go back to the group.
Okay.
I looked in every first class cabin and I did not see him.
Could have sworn.
Well, that's a relief in a lot of ways.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to sleep after this episode, knowing that one of those things might be out here. I think I know the room which our other half is. They all seem to be staying together in one.
Well, that's good. If we decide to plant the
Incriminating evidence.
then we know where to go.
We want to try to do this before Chicago?
I think it's for the best.
Okay.
Especially now that there's so much distraction, we'd be able to probably do that a lot better now.
Agreed.
So
I should probably go in the night.
Except for the fact that they're all in the room. It's going to make it a lot more difficult.
maybe we can get into the baggage car and then slip it into their baggage?
We would have to know their names.
True. Huh. Now there's got to be a passenger manifest.
But how would we access it?
I'm going to go to the conductor and say that I swear that I saw a friend of mine in first class who was a medical doctor from the university we used to work at. I sent someone to go search for him, and they could not find him by name. I was just wondering if I could take a quick look at the manifest and see if I can find him.
No, he holds up a clipboard and says, "What's his name?"
Friedman, and I try to like sort of peer
Of
over
course.
it
Yeah.
and see if I can pick up the names of the people in that room.
Okay. He goes flipping through the list, and you do. Let's.
Would it be an education or?
I'm gonna guess. Yeah, probably. I guess education. Sure.
My EDU is 85. And
Being
I
a
got
teacher, you do learn how to read upside down.
and quickly when you're reviewing things. So I got a 45 out of 85.
Okay. That's pretty good. Alexander Watts, Nora Black, Jack Bailey, Bernard Ryan.
Alexander Watts, Nora
Black.
Black,
Jack Bailey.
Jack Bailey,
Bernard Ryan.
Bernard Ryan.
Yeah, never trust a guy with 2 first names.
And there's no Dr. Edward Friedman on that list that you saw.
It's like, oh, then I must have been mistaken. Thank you so much. So I quickly make sure that I jot those names in my little handy pocketbook, and I rip off pages. I got the names. They should be tagged with, and here's the suite number that they're logged in.
Okay. I can go do this. Shouldn't be too problem. Unless you are better at being sneaky, Melvin. I am not.
Melvin goes, hold on, let me check my character sheet.
No, I'm just thinking if I want to try to make Dave do it, or if Melvin's invested enough at this point to be the one who does it.
I mean, I mechanically speaking, I actually have no idea which one of us is better suited to this. But
Right, and I'm not trying to take that into account for his decision at this point. It's,
sure.
do I trust you guys enough now at this point to do it? Well, yeah, I guess, yeah, I'll do it. I'll give it a shot. I can be pretty sneaky when I need to be. I probably just jinxed it, though.
They're going to sneak into one of the wherever the luggage is kept. We'll say,
Yeah.
what? I'll make it convenient. I'll say that the car is in one of the luggage cars. Did you guys shipped your automobile, correct?
Right.
Right. So it's in one of them as well.
Okay. So I've got to get in, find their bags. At least one of them. Okay.
Secure a bottle of nitroglycerin, put it in the... or whatever that 100 you rolled was.
180 proof moonshine.
Right.
All right. So stealth?
Yeah.
Nope. 96.
What's your skill level?
My stealth is 55.
I believe that's not a critical failure. It would be if you were below 50. Okay. It's just a plain old failure. So one of the porters catches you. It's like, can I help you, sir?
Oh, I just need to get something out of my car. I didn't want to wake anybody up.
Oh, I'm afraid I'll have to escort you for that. Because people's luggage is, you understand, personal property.
Sure.
So he opens the door for you and to allow you in.
I'll just go to the car and rummage through the glove box.
Okay.
Oh, you're not here. Guess it must be in my bag. Thank you.
No, you're very welcome. Leads you back.
And I will trudge back in defeat.
So he caught you before you could plant any of the evidence.
If you caught me before I could even get to the car.
Okay. I know what time it is then. It's time for Mission Impossible Dimitri.
I thought my stealth was higher.
You gonna try climbing on the outside again?
Yeah, I'm going to go out the window again.
Okay.
Oh no!
Bum, bum, bum,
But
bum,
now it's at
bum,
night,
bum,
so it's even easier, I'm sure.
Oh, I see another 90s roll.
Here we go. Big Lucky.
Before he goes, I'll make sure he knows how to get into the compartment where the booze is.
Okay, all right.
Did he just roll a 1?
I rolled a 3.
Jesus.
Wow.
Okay.
Seriously?
I've been rolling different
You
dice every time,
are-
too.
You are a ninja.
I'm on fire at everything tonight except staying sane.
That's true.
Okay.
Sounds about Cthulhu.
So you get into the luggage car. You find the secret compartment where he keeps his private stash.
Yeah, I'll take like a bunch.
There's probably 12. What we say was a case, which would be like maybe 12 bottles.
Yeah.
Probably 50.
So I'll probably take
It's like 12 quart jars.
quart jars. Okay.
like
Yeah, they would be in
2
jars, that's true.
bottles per person. Like that's enough to get you in trouble, right?
Any is enough to get you in trouble.
Okay. Well, but I want to make it look like they're purposely trying to.
Traffic.
Yes, not. Oh,
Probably
well,
want to
this
take
is
it all.
medicinal. All right.
They
Probably
should
Yeah.
want to take it
intent to
all just
distribute.
because if they
Yes.
find that, then they're going to want to search everything in there, maybe.
Yeah, that's a good
Oh,
idea.
yeah, that's true.
That's a very good idea. So I will totally do that.
Okay. All right. So you distribute amongst their 4 bags. You give them each 3 bottles or 3 jars of 180 proof moonshine.
Do I see anything strange in their bags while I'm at it?
Oh,
That's a good question.
Nice.
One of us
I was
is
gonna, I was
smart.
going to say, is there any money in there?
We gotta pay for
Priorities.
this. We gotta pay to get this car home.
Yeah.
For real.
I mean, because you've established that these are bad people, right?
Yeah.
there's a book.
And I wouldn't be above taking their cash.
There's a book.
There's a book. I'll take a book.
Okay.
Is it called The King in Yellow?
Yeah, that's the first question. Does it look like the book that we've seen many times? From the outside?
No.
Okay. The chances are I can't read it. So
That's
I'm
fine.
not gonna
I
try.
totes can and love me some books. Because apparently I also hate me some sanity.
So I'll snag the book
Okay.
and then tidy everything up so it looks unmessed with. And then should I make another roll to get back or
Yes, please.
okay?
What you should do is actually, within one of the bags, break one of the jars so the alcohol sips out so somebody notices it.
Well, do we want
Or
to do
so we
that?
burn down the train.
Just an idea, but never mind.
No, we probably didn't think about that before I left. So,
That was good.
I mean, we can always be like, hey, I heard that guy's bag clinking. Someone should really check.
Because our anonymous tips have gone so well so far.
Yeah. Well, we
Well-
don't even know how badly they've gone so far.
All right, so let's see if I just
Well,
fall
they're
off the
not
train.
all in FBI custody, so obviously they went terribly poorly.
The good news is by this point we are probably in like eastern Pennsylvania. So if I fall off the train, there's a fair shot it's a farm. like, it's not falling off the train into a building or the Grand Canyon. So no, okay, I'm good. I got a 43.
Okay.
It's fine. I made it.
All right. So you head back.
Yeah. And I'll bring that book back and I'll be like, I found in the luggage a new looking book. Something I do not know what it contains, but most of the time books for these people are dangerous.
Absolutely true.
I'm just gonna. I want to take the book and see what it is.
Okay. It's old. It looks more like a folio, but it's kind of smallish. It's maybe like about 6 or 7 inches wide and maybe like 10 inches tall. And as soon as you open it up, it's like this might be Greek. Do you speak Greek? Do you have Greek?
I do.
Okay.
I guess it looks like Greek. Is it modern Greek?
You knew.
Oh,
It is
okay,
old.
good,
It
because
looks
that's
like
my
it's old.
specialization. I have. Do you want me to roll on that?
Sure.
I got a 16 out of 31.
Okay, give me 1 second. The title of the book is Song to Settle the Warrior. It's like maybe about 8 or 10 pages. And this thing looks really old. Like it should be in a museum, and you should be using cotton gloves to handle it. That kind of thing.
It should be in a museum.
Well, actually, I'm turning the pages with a pair of tweezers out of my kit.
Okay.
And I start working on a translation to see what it's about.
Okay. That will take you some time.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay. And would it be okay if we end it right there? For now.
Unacceptable. I must know what this book is.
I need. Well, see, I rolled a 1. When he's like, "Is there anything else in here?" So I'm like, "Okay, it's got to be something good," but I don't know what it is yet. But I know it's going to be really good. But I have to figure out what that's going to be. I mean, I kind of have an idea what it is, but I don't have 100% of an idea.
I'm sorry that I made you cop to not having a really great thing
broken the illusion.
Way to pull back the curtain.
I'm just not in a patient frame of mind ever again. Maybe never again.
Especially because it might be 2.5 months before we get to play again.
I know,
Figure out what's in that book.
No, my doctor's got me on 3 different diabetes medications now, so my blood sugar is... In fact, now I'm having trouble keeping my blood sugar up, which is fantastic.
Yeah,
That's
but it's
easy
like
to
a
take care
dial-in thing where you have to play with the dosages and the drugs so much before you can get... And the thing is, as you progress with the thing, is everything changes as you go.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I can only last on one medication for about a year, and then it stops working, basically. All right. I'm going to go ahead and play the thing out then. Where is it?
Okay.
We'll see
Bye,
you in
everybody.
2 weeks.
In 2
And remember
weeks.
that Glittering Night, our Vampire 5e game, is on hiatus until January.
Yes.
Aha.
And we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Bye for now.
Strange is the night where black stars rise. Strange is the circle through the skies. Much stranger still
Nice.
is the lost Carcosa. The song of my soul, my voice is dead. Die thou unsung as tears unshed, shall dry and die in the lost Carcosa. Strange is the night where black sung as tears unshed shall try and die in lost Carcosa.
The preceding program has been a presentation of the Angry Folk Media Empire.
Bum 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 bum.